Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing on this fine Tuesday? Tuesday after. I'd like to introduce you to somebody. Everybody, meet Totson. Say hello, Totson. I'm doing okay. How's everybody doing? That's good. Now, Totson, well, he's named after a cat. I had a cat named Totson, who was also a panda bear, but a little reverse. My Totson was more black with a black as in white. But I always referred to him as a panda bear. And like the real Totson, my cat, who, I lost him a couple years ago. I had him for 17 years. He was a big part of my life. But you know what? Your pets, they live on with you in spirit. And when I used to hear the birds chirping in the morning, outside near he was buried, I knew that he was all right, that it was him singing through the birds. And that cat is with me in spirit. Wherever I go, he goes. And just like Totson, who came to us hungry and dirty and meowing and wanting to be, I found this guy dirty, lying on the sidewalk, and I took him home, gave him a bath, and now he's got a home. And he's part of my. So he might be. Some people have their dog in the chair next to them in their podcast, whatever. Or cats are there. I got Totson. There you go. So I just want you to meet him. Anyway, what do we want to talk about today? I apologize for reading my notes. I'm trying to get into the transition. This is the way I did it when I did an audio podcast, yada, yada, yada. I want to cover the news so bad, but I'm afraid of being sued because that's how callous and depraved the human race has become. People want to chew at whatever success you have. Happiness to many folks is how much fiduciary, material, and social gain they may achieve without regard to the cost of others. It is a purely selfish pursuit. Even if they are on a campaign for a cause, that particular cause might be their cause and not everyone else. Yet I comfortably sit here at this computer. Why? A year ago and talked about I talked about many controversial subjects brazenly about a year at the same computer. And I had the courage to do that because it was audio. And I wasn't being seen. I was being heard. And I knew my podcast wasn't going to get that big. And right now I feel kind of comfortable because nobody's watching. But you know what? When this blows up, I'm not going to feel so comfortable because people are going to want to come after me, because people are not nice. So do I have anything else to say in this episode? Oh, yes. Bernie Sanders was yes. I was reading about him because he wants to change the policy towards Israel if Kamala gets it. I know I wasn't going to get into politics, but it's a podcast, okay? And I talk about podcasts. And believe me, podcasters and journalists do much more intense critiques of politicians. So what I'm doing is not nothing new under the sun. But Bernie, he's concerned about setbacks in climate change and women's rights, which I'm sure a lot of other people on the left also are. If these left-wing pro-terrorist leaders win, we will have no climate to control, and women will have no rights whatsoever under a worldwide Iranian-Russian empire. Oh, and economic equality, like we have progressed to now. Is that what you call being progressive? All right, that's my politics, that's my podcast, that's my episode. Stay tuned as we continue to develop and be fluid. Yes, and I mean fluid change, that kind of fluid, not the other kind of fluid.